when you are combining the two schools into one, you have to consider sharing some of those facilities, so that primary and secondary have shared facilities that are typically non-teaching, but the classroom are still separated. The school has a full-scale theatre, right, with a totally operatable stage, so you can reconfigure the theatre into a theatre in the round, a proscenium, as well as a thrust stage. And it has a full stage design. So we actually have a theatre consultant to help us. So the brief, when you have to put in all these things, they also want a sports hall, they also want an assembly hall, and then at the end we decided that you don't really need an assembly hall because you can do assembly in the sports hall, and you can use the outdoor spaces more as an assembly, informal assembly, rather than a formal sitting down kind of like a typical. We open up the school in the 4 prevailing wind directions. Typically in Hong Kong, south, southeast and southwest in the summer, and then northeast and northwest in the winter. So we wanted the building to be open in the 4 critical sites, and also from a building point of view, because the south and the southwest orientation, we want to put the solid block, such as the sports hall, the gymnasium, some of the workshops and the theatre on the southwest face. So that, because these accommodations do not require windows, right? The sports hall, yeah. the theatre, they don't need windows.
So the theatre is on the
southwest face. And we wanted this southwest block to be taller than the northeast block, so that the building provides natural shade. They are giving music classes in the open atrium, which is very nice. I mean, there's a bunch of school young kids, sitting on the steps, having music lesson, and I think that's very nice. And in fact, the schoolmaster, the headmaster said, "Wouldn't this be nice to have our school assembly in the atrium?" And I said, "Yes, there's a perfect spot for you to stand." And I tell him, "This is where you should be standing." And he went up there and said, "Wow, the whole staircase, everything. If all the students are standing on the bridges and sitting on the steps." And he addressed the school. He has students below him and he has students above him. It's perfect sort of pitch angle to see everything. So I said, "This is where you should do your assembly."
I think that's...
It's an informal assembly, not like a, but sometimes they do have parties, and during the opening day they have a party. For the school, the central space is what we call communication social space, right? We do the staircase in such a way we wanted to encourage students to mix. We don't want them to sort of like separated corners and so on. So we wanted the circulation to be very animated. The building is designed in 2 wings because the classroom are more private, in the sense that when in the evening they can open the school for community use. The theatre are used by people living in Discovery Bay, because there is no cinema in Discovery Bay. So the school is very keen that the theatre can be used for
community.
The swimming pool is indoor but outdoor. It's also open to the public. The theatre definitely was designed for that. So you can come into the school and not go into the rest of the private part of the school and come to the assembly hall. And so the corridor, the space around the theatre is they display artwork for the children's artwork and what they have done. So it's like a hall of fame. So you can walk around. But more importantly, all the air conditioning system that supply chill air, draw air from the outside. You don't want the air conditioning to draw air from the hot side. You want the air to draw from the cooler side, so that your delta T is less. And so all the intake and all the exhaust are based on the side of the building, which side faces the sun.